What's up, everybody? Genshiners or whatever the hell. I don't know. It's another podcast, episode 12.
All
Um,
right, gamers.
Shut up. I'm here once again with your boy, Cringe. I don't know what his name is. Who cares at this point? Eh,
All right, man.
And yeah, we got a this week in Genshin. Have you done anything spicy or mundane? Oh, I gotta switch
I
characters.
have. I've
You
done
have.
very spiciness to my account.
Like what? Nothing?
No, my beta, I changed her build around. I made her like insanely cracked. My Zhao, I made him very cracked as well. I crowned him.
Mine's
I
still
think I
better.
crowned. I think I crowned my Helan, and I got Jade Spear up to 90. I think I did that like the start of this week. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, I leveled up Tartaglia's level 7 normal attack to level 8 now, so nice.
Normal attacks
But
or
yeah,
like his E skill?
his normal attack. Because it gives him the
Why?
Riptide. Because he gets Riptide Flash or whatever from it, and it gives him extra damage. It's a little multiplier. I just leveled it up because whatever. Because he's like my only Hydro DPS. So I just thought I'd make him pretty strong. He's what, 899 now? But it's technically 999 because of the +1 he gets. But yeah, that's pretty much all I did. My beta's pretty cracked now. Um, Certified beta main with the beta profile picture. You know how we do it.
No, actually, I don't because I'm not cringe.
Okay, man.
Oh God. Well, as for me, I haven't. I mean, I have done a bit. I started leveling up my weapons again, so as you know, I got my Aquila, my Bennett finally.
Yep.
Um, I've been farming for a few other weapons, like trying to level 90 my white blind, but I've come into the issue of not having enough assassin knives because those
Oh,
things
dude,
have
I've ran
horrible
out of
drops.
those.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I need a lot more. I finished leveling the Fading Twilight, so my Yelan has a max level weapon now. Let's go. That isn't
Yep.
Favonius because again, this just does more damage.
I have a level
uh,
90 fish.
because I was using it on Eula for a while, and then once I got Skyward Spine from a gift, a little donation to GoFundMe, I gave
Oh,
it to
yeah, yeah,
Beto,
yeah.
and then now I have a Kumaru in my Beto. So
Uh-huh. It's a small donation of $1 million.
yeah, a small loan of a more $1 billion.
Okay, buddy.
um, I don't think anything else has happened besides me getting a ton of billets to drop last week, which was pretty nice.
Yeah.
Um, I've got 6 bow billets. I got 3 claymore billets. I've got 3 Barcalis billets, and I got 2 polearm billets. No sword billets, however, unfortunately.
I mean, to be honest, the only good sword... Well, actually, they're actually all pretty good. I think the swords are the best billets out of all of them. I don't think there's a single one that's, like, bad.
Yeah, you
Because
got
you
some
got what?
stuff going on for
You have
each one.
Iron Sting, Prototype, and the Amino Makagauchi, which are all very good weapons.
Hmm. But yeah, I think that's it on the weapon side. Artifacts, I don't have anything like crazy new. I keep getting shafted and emblem, even though I've been living in there since like day one of it
Yeah.
releasing.
I think everyone's been living there since day one. Still doesn't have a full
It
set.
should
That's
be.
like
No,
really
well,
good.
actually, no. I know a few people that just refuse to do it because they're idiots. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, fair enough.
Just, it's they don't do it for some reason. And I tell them it's the best. It's literally best in slot for like half the game, and they're like, no. And I'm like, yeah. That's just how the conversation goes. I have proof actually of some dude refusing to, not wanting, not like refusing to do emblem. I'm just like, why though? You're running bad sets on your characters. Just do emblem.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
funny, like literally every character can use emblem.
Pretty much. But yeah, my Primo gems though. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of stacked on Primos.
I have 34 intertwined fate.
Seeing a crit damage circle for Mommy Ganyu. I need Ganyu, but that comes after I get Kazuha.
19 hours until the Elan banner goes away, huh?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that went by quick. I
Yeah,
can't wait
man.
for. I can't wait to skip
Ito.
Ito and Shinobu. Um, yeah,
I
but now
wanted
that
Shinobu, but then mid.
Yeah, that basically what I was gonna say. Now that she's about to be out, it sucks because like she's mid, right? This is just a fact,
She's
guys.
really bad.
Do not summon for Shinobu. I like her, but she's not good. Um, Ito, he's good.
Ito's really good. Yeah.
Um, but like if you're worried about having a Geo DPS, if you're Noel C6, don't get Ito unless you're gonna get multiple constellations on him, because the difference in performance is like you're losing utility to gain ER for burst up time, but on a Geo team that doesn't matter. So it's C0 to C6 Noel. It's just not as good, but
Yeah.
who cares? If you like the character, get them. I just don't think you should summon for Shinobu. That's it.
What sucks is Shinobu is one of the coolest characters, like in terms of design we've ever seen, but her kit
Hmm.
is awful. Like it's awful. Her kit's not bad. It's a nice kit. It just her scaling is terrible.
Hmm.
She
And
scales off of like 5 different things. It's really
I
dumb.
think what makes it worse is like we needed a character like her, an electro healer, but
But she sucks.
she sucks. And so it's like, well, we've waited this long for what?
Yeah. Who was the last good 4-star from like a new one?
You
Was
mean like
that
special tier or like just all around?
like all around? I don't think we
Um,
had a good well, I guess Sayu, but
so
you don't
he's
really
decent, but
use.
like the thing is that most of these 4 stars are specialized, or at least so Guru, Sara, and Yunjin are specialized supports. So
Yeah.
only certain characters can make use of them.
Yeah, I think Sarah's probably the
Um,
best out of all of them, in my opinion. Because that 60% crit damage go crazy.
I mean, they both give a
It,
huge damage boost to their respective teams.
right, yeah.
I'm not
I don't
sure who's the
know.
best.
I'd say Sarah 1, Goro 2, and the other ones you can put them in whatever order and I wouldn't care. But I
Hmm.
feel like Sarah and Goro are easily 1 and 2. Um Toma's god awful
I
last
think
place.
between the two, it's like interchangeable because
Yeah.
um, Goru with constellations provides healing, and
Yeah.
with Sara, you basically have to have C2 before she's usable. Which is something
Uh
I am gonna bring up in the tier list,
her
but that doesn't
C6,
affect your rating.
however, well, yeah. Her C6, however, makes her go from like a really good like mini Bennett attack buffer to like literally the god of Electro. Like she's she makes your Electro characters go from like pretty good to insane. Like you can be hitting like Kaching's ultimate like over 200k with her. It's very strong. Her
Hmm.
C6 is probably one of the best C6 in the game for a 4-star.
Yeah, her burst can do a ton of damage.
Oh yeah, dude. My burst when I had her on an optimized build for DPS or whatever. I mean, I changed her now. I made her more support heavy, but when I used to have her like as a big DPS build, I mean, she was hitting like 120k on her burst, like it
Hmm.
on the initial burst. But then also, what is it? Her C4 that gives her like almost like doubles her damage on her little after effect, like the little like spider effect it does when the lightning spreads. But
It adds
I mean,
2 more, so it's a pretty big increase.
yeah. So I mean, her burst is insane. C6 is bonkers. Her C2 is pretty solid. Her base C0 is whatever, but her C6, if you get that, dude, it's like any electro character instantly becomes very good. So,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, Fergie says 3 of those Electro bitches are supports.
yeah.
Well, so I think it's better to actually have these characters be supports so that they don't age out as quickly and
Supports will
that
never
they're
die.
like more useful because if you look at any of the old DPSs,
The
they
Luke,
like specifically like the
Kaching.
Luke as an example,
Yeah, the Luke or
um
Kaching. Yeah,
they're just nowhere near like any of these new characters. Like they're not even near the supports. These supports like Elin for example are out damaging them, bro. Like
yeah. Well, Yuan, to be honest, Yuan is just power creep. Like she's just fucking stupid.
she's just designed
Like,
so well that it's crazy.
yeah.
Kind of like
Luke has
Raiden.
inherent flaws. Yeah,
um kind of like Raiden in that fact, but it's like these two characters which are supports are like top of the game, top 5 units, and part of that reason is because they are supports, not because they're doing crazy damage. But
Right.
nonetheless, like they are still doing crazy damage. And
Yeah.
it's like with Sarah, right? Like she supports a stupid amount. Same thing with Bennett, right? They have solid damage, but their support's so insane it makes them like, top unit in the game.
Yeah.
And it's been like that since day one of them coming out, and they're not gonna age out like Diluc has. Um,
Because DPSs, there will always be a next highest big attacker, but for supports, it's very rare for supports
well,
to
unless
get
you're Eula,
right. Yeah.
that's
Oh
the
yeah.
exception. But
Unless you're Eula or Raiden. Yeah, pretty much.
it's just,
But yeah,
like I don't know.
that's
It's interesting because they're gonna have to build up a whole new element for the next update
yeah,
or next year
Dendro.
updates,
I forgot
Dendro.
about that.
And I've been saying this a lot. Like, I don't think you should summon for Dendro until after the Archon comes out, or
Oh yeah.
like give it a bigger waiting period because it's brand new and you shouldn't early adopt something that probably won't be good. And Dendro, like being a new element, that one character is not gonna like change the game. They're gonna have to build it up like how Geo was built up, right? Geo,
Yeah.
again, has been built up since the start of the game because we had just Noel, and well, it was Noel and Ningguang, right?
Yeah.
But
Then it was Albedo,
now we have a whole
and then Mei.
cast of Geo characters. It's got to the point where, due to how the game has changed, Ningguang has fell off. She's no longer like pretty much runnable in the Geo teams. You're running everyone but her, right? And it's like the same thing's gonna happen with
Well,
Dendro, except the first one is probably the Traveler, right? You're not gonna use
I
Dendro Traveler. Like you're probably not gonna use it.
unless they make him good, which could happen. We don't know.
It
Because
could.
Geo Traveler is pretty underrated. Like I honestly think Geo Traveler is actually really good.
Yeah. But we have so many of these characters now, and it's like Dendro's gonna have just one until they start expanding on it, right? Rapidly, which is gonna happen throughout the update. And unlike the other characters, like let's say 4 stars, they're gonna have probably primarily 5 stars. So you're not gonna be able to build up a good solid Dendro unless you summon for literally all of them, or wait until they're added to the pool so you can actually get them.
I
Um,
well, what I think. Well, first off, what you said about Ningguang falling off, I only think she's really the not best Geo DPS if you don't have Ito. Like honestly, think she's like, I think she's better than Noelle in terms of Geo damage. In terms of like, I mean, Noelle C6 is strong. Don't get me wrong, but like Ningguang has better weapon options. Besides, I mean, unless you have Red Horn on Noelle, which is very possible. Not many people do have Red Horn though, but it's easier to get like Lost Prayer and all the other 5-star weapons for Ningguang. But obviously Lost Prayer being her best. I think Ningguang is
you're not
the
getting a good
second
free to play
best
four
Geo
star.
DPS for Ningguang.
Yeah, there's like no good free to play obtainable catalyst.
Yeah, there is. It's the Klee event one, but that was a while ago.
Yeah, you can't get that currently. You can still get White Blind for Noel.
Well, I mean, yeah, but there's Woodsith, which I mean is whatever. It's not free to play, I guess, but I mean, there's a whole bunch of other ones. Vertical Tails is really good. You have Solar Pearl, which is a battle pass weapon. But I was just saying, like, even Noelle with the 5-star weapon, I get if you give her Noelle Red Horn's just a better weapon than like most of the game.
Well, Noel
Even
actually
with
has like a
that,
set now.
yeah,
Ningguang hasn't changed since day one.
right, yeah. I'm sure when Ningguang gets a set, she'll be better than Noelle in like every way, shape, and form because her kit is really strong. I mean, her burst is still does ridiculous
All she
damage.
has is her burst. The rest of her kit sucks. Like her E skill is just for generating her energy. Like it's a
Yeah.
bad E skill. And then
She
her constellations, there's only like 2 good ones. Every other constellation sucks.
I mean, her C6 and her C what is it C2 I think is really
Hmm.
good. But her she is a Geo support too. Don't forget that she does get Geo damage bonus.
If you
What is
walk
it?
through the
12%.
shield,
Yeah. I mean, it's not
which
hard to do though, but
dude,
it
it
helps
barely
out the
gives you
currency of the
anything.
team. I mean, it's 12% though. It's better than nothing.
Yeah, but Goro and
12% is
also another like available 4 star gives you way more geo damage.
honestly, Goro is not that available. I think he was on one banner.
He's on every banner.
Is he? No,
Yeah,
I
four
meant
stars get
featured.
added to the pool.
I meant featured. Like he was only featured on I literally think one banner.
Well,
So
he's gonna
not
be
many people
featured on this
actually have
next
him.
banner. Um,
Yeah. No. I think Ning Wang is really good. I think Ning Wang and Noel are both very good main DPS options for Geo. So it's not like technically they both have aged out because there is literally only 3 Geo DPSs. I guess you could count Zhongli as one as well if you want to build him that way. But in terms of Geo damage, like the yellow Geo number, you're not. I mean, you only have 3 options. But I get what you're saying with the. I agree with the Denjo thing. Like, I don't think anyone should really summon for him. But I think the smartest way they go about it is to give us a free-to-play Denjo. They give us a Traveler, and then they make the Denjo Archon like an absolute like must summon. Like make the Denjo Archon like the best like healer in the game, like hands down, and make them do like a ton of damage and a ton of healing, and make the Denjo Archon just like a must-run healer on like any team, and it would be very very strong. I mean, at that point you could have a full Archon team, and that'd be pretty strong.
The Dendro Archon is probably gonna do something like exclusively buff Geo or Dendro damage, like how Sara does that for Electro, right?
Right.
Simply so that if you have her, it just instantly makes Dendro good.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like
that's what
that's
I'm
all they're
saying.
gonna do. It's gonna be pretty simple, but it's something you have to like hardcore invest into. Otherwise, it's not helping you at all.
Right, and they should honestly make Denjo insanely like the way I see them going about this is I think they're gonna make the Denjo Archon like just cracked out of his out of what is it, a girl? Is it a dude?
No idea. I've heard it being God, Twitter, do not cancel me for this. But I heard the Dendro Archon is a lolly, and I hate that.
I think the Denjo Archon. I don't really care what it is. I think it's whatever the gender is. I think we've
Well,
gotten every
I'm implying like little
male.
girl, like GG character type.
Oh, she's like okay. I mean, that'd be kind of
That's what I
funny
mean.
to see like an insane Denjo Archon who's just a little child that just murders everything. That'd be great.
Well, we already have Klee, and we're gonna get that
Well,
one like
Klee's
skull
mid.
girl for not long, so we'll see.
Klee's pretty mid. But the only downside I see with Denjo is the same thing as Electro is elemental reactions are very bad. Very
Yeah, I'm
bad.
not like we don't know what the Dendro reactions are gonna exactly do at this moment,
It's
so
Pyro.
they'll
That's
probably
literally it.
well they're gonna add more.
Right.
They're not gonna make an element of zero reactions,
It has
but
one.
not having like not knowing what it is, it's not like you shouldn't be hyped for it, right? It's you
Yeah.
gotta be worried about early adoption of Dendro because again, they're gonna come out slowly, and so instantly summoning for Baizu or whoever for some reason you want him, um,
Yeah.
like you're probably not gonna be able to use him until you get other Dendro units.
Yeah, man, I agree. But I think now that I'm thinking about it, I think most of the Archons that we have left are almost all female. I think there's one male, but
No,
everything else is female
I'm pretty sure all of them are female.
from now on.
Yeah, just like check the wiki.
I'm looking now. Because we have Denjo, we have Sumeru, we have Fontaine and Natlin, and then Shez and Naya. And then the Zarda, I think, is female. I know that for sure. Murato's obviously female. Haijo, I think, is the only one we don't know if it's a dude or not.
Nah,
Or it
Hydra's a
might
female.
be. Okay, well then they're all female. Which is,
The-
I mean, Pog. Yeah,
I mean,
I think it's better that way.
I do enjoy some of that, but like the the female roster is pretty large.
Yeah.
I want Varka. Like, where's my Animo Claymore user, right?
Yeah. Where's my Anima Claymore, and then where's... Well, I mean, we already have one in Sayu. Where's
I
my
want my big
Claymore
buff dude.
Hydro? Claymore Hydro, where is he?
Yeah.
I think we're still missing a Hydro Claymore user.
Do
Are
we have a
we?
Hydro Spear user?
No, we don't.
We're Hydro is still missing a lot of units, to be fair.
Yeah.
Electros had such a resurgence of units that I think Hydro's due for more units next. In terms of like total like
Uh,
characters. Geo
Pyro kind
Geo
of needs...
still has like less characters. Or it's actually
What
the
is
same, but
what is Hydro?
they get a
3
huge boost.
books, 2 bows, and the sword?
I mean, like overall, like if you look at the number of characters, they have the same number of Geo characters as they do Hydro characters, and so I feel like at this point we could get some new Hydro characters.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
I know
Well,
we
we
just
just
got
got Elin,
Yulin,
though. Yeah,
we
we
just got
literally just
Yulin
got
and
her.
Ayato, but we could get like at least one more.
Her banner is still out, like, now. So,
Hmm.
we could get, We can get a new. I think we're due for a new 4-star Hydro because we haven't got it. When was our last 4-star Hydro? Was it the start of the game?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't think we've gotten a 4-star Hydro.
What element is the most 5-star heavy? Let me check.
Hydro.
It is.
I'm pretty sure it's Hydro. Pyro is filled with mostly 4-stars.
Let's see. Pyro is we have what 4 Pyro. Okay, yeah. Wow, damn.
There's only 2 Electro 5. Wait, there's 3 Electro 5-stars? What the hell?
Yeah, yay, Raiden and Kaching.
That's crazy.
Um,
And oh, Animo is 2 and 4. That's pretty bad too. But we're getting another Animo character soon, so it's a 4-star.
Oh shit. Okay. I think I might know what is the most top heavy.
Ooh, Cryo is 6 and 4.
Cryo's kind of stacked on 5 stars. Jesus, that is a lot of 5 stars. 6 and 4, and then Hydro is okay. Hydro is the most 5-star heavy.
Yeah, it's
We have
5
not
and
gotten
2.
a single 4-star Hydro since literally the start of the game.
Yep, we could definitely use a new Hydro character. That isn't a healer, okay? We have enough of this.
We only have Barbara.
Kokomi.
Oh, well, yeah.
Jincho
No one
heals.
really uses her though. I mean, yeah, he heals like 1k HP Pog.
Nah, he heals a decent amount.
Yeah. But no, seriously, we do need a Hydro 4-star. Make it a Hydro applicator. I'm just kidding, we already have Xingqiu.
Hydro characters being based off HP for zero reason. Kokomi, Barbara, Jincho has some HP scaling. Ayato has HP scaling. Yulin is entirely HP scaling. It's just Mona and Tartaglia that aren't.
We need a new DPS.
Listen. Whenever Natlin comes out, we'll get a new Pyro Claymore DPS user. And she's gonna pop off.
Bro, where is my Pyro Claymore Giga Chad fucking 6-pack mommy Murata? When is she coming?
I'm telling you, bro, her E skill's gonna be Bennett's ultimate, but with a shield, and then her ult's just a nuke.
Bro, yeah, it's literally gonna just be Pyro fucking Eula. Imagine, dude, wait, that's actually crazy. Pyro Eula, but you can melt and does like 5 million damage. Oh my god. I honestly think for her ultimate, it might be like Zhao's, where she transforms.
No, hold on. I'm hoping the ultimate is this. I sent you the GIF.
Oh yeah. That's what I meant. She like she transforms into her like final form.
No, I just hope it's a nuke. It's just that animation.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty sick. Oh yeah, the map just gets obliterated. No more Genshin.
No more Genshin.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick.
Although
I'm very impressed.
We gotta be the real thing to be concerned about is her canonical power level.
Oh, isn't she really strong?
Well, I mean she's the god of war, but also like canonically it's either Raiden or Zhongli who's the strongest. So
I think it's Zhang. No, I think Raiden's actually the strongest out of all of them because Raiden has she still is the one that has the most recent active power. Like she's the one who's the strongest over her nation, so it makes sense for Raiden to be the most powerful.
Also she's like constantly training.
Oh yeah, Raiden literally is like always fighting herself.
Like her whole thing is, you know, like perfection of martial arts. Yeah. And just raw strength, which is Chad.
Giga Chad.
Giga Chad puppet is unkillable.
I really hope they make Murata just like broken, because that is like the only character I think I'm looking forward to besides the Fontaine twins, because those characters look hog. First ever duo character, please, yes.
I hope they do actually make it a duo character. They could do some cool stuff with like it switching like it'd just be like Child, but you know, 2 different characters, you know, swaps ultimates, whatever. Like that'd be cool. Yeah. Just to have that visually.
They already have I mean they already have it set before with Child. Like you just have to make the character swap and it's pretty much good to go.
And they actually have something similar in Honkai where the Fervent Tempo twins or whatever they're called. Like during the animations the other one pops in and helps attack. Like it'd be pretty easy to implement.
Yeah, and the normal attacks, like one of them pops in out of nowhere and does like a little like vanish attack punch or whatever that like knocks them back. Just something cool like that. I think the Fontaine twins are definitely. I mean, there's a reason they promoted them is because obviously it's something big or different or cool about
Dude,
their
I can't
kit.
believe you like them though. They're French.
I mean, no, I think they're pretty cool.
I'm just
I just
making a
think their
joke about
design's
hating
sick.
French people.
What is? I don't even know what the fuck that means. What is fringe?
Uh,
Is that
French people,
cringe
bro.
but funny?
No,
What does
just
fringe mean?
French. No, French.
Oh, French.
They're French.
Oh, I thought you said fringe, like Fringe. I was like, what is fringe? That's
I'm
funny.
pretty sure that is a word though.
I think, yeah, I know. I was like, I've never heard that word used outside of like cars or whatever the hell it's. But
Cars too.
oh my god.
The best film of all time.
But I honestly think this, yeah. So back to the Archon, the Denja Archon. I honestly think they're gonna pop off with this Archon, because Archons have never missed. The worst Archon is who? Venti. But
I mean,
Venti's still
yeah.
like, if the enemies can be picked up, Venti's still the best character in the game. Like in my opinion, like if the enemies can be picked up, like he's broken.
Like, there's nothing
He's
wrong with being the worst Archon. You're still one of the. You're still a really good character.
Venti. I still argue Venti's like middle S or high S. Probably high S actually.
I mean, I
'Cause he's
just
just
place him
that
in S in
strong.
general. Like he's
Yeah.
conditional, but the thing is, he's also animo. So like,
Yeah, he has Verdescent Vener, which I think is probably what is Emblem better? Or is Verdescent better?
Emblem's more versatile, but Beverdescent is still like technically the best set in the game because it provides the most support.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, so Venti is obviously Animo, so he has access to the best artifact set in the game. He also has very good weapon options, Stringless R5 being like insanely good on him. He's got LG for the end, which is one of the best support weapons in the game. I think is it the best support weapon in the game? LG?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I think its bonuses are more than like other, like that series of weapons.
Oh, the sword and shit. Yeah, you're talking about
Yeah, the sword
the
doesn't
Kazuo
actually.
sword. I
Dude,
think the
she has a
sword gives
sliver of
them.
health. Are you kidding me? A sliver. The sword gives you attack, or it gives you damage bonus on normal plunge and charge attacks.
Yeah.
And then I think it's a bit of flat attack.
Yeah, so Venti has access to the R5 Stringless, which is a great bow. He also has access to the free-to-play Windbloom Ode, which is decent, but obviously better
No, that's
options.
a cope weapon. You can't
It's a
even get
very
it
cope
anymore.
weapon. It is a very, very
If
big
you're
cope
free to play,
weapon.
just put Favonius on him. Like, that's a free weapon. So.
Yeah. In terms of constellations, he definitely has aged in terms of constellations, because earlier characters' constellations are dog shit doo-doo water, except for like a few characters.
Early character constellations are terrible. It was only after I want to say after Hu Tao, like this includes Hu Tao by the way. We started getting like really solid constellations because
Well,
like
Ganyu's actually C6 is insane. The one
well, it's
shot and
not
like
that it's not that anything wrong with Ganyu's constellations for C6. It's just like they're not all crazy, you know. It's
right.
um like the C4, right? You get a increase her ultimate's increased damage. Is that it?
Yeah.
Uh, Celestial Shower
It's
increases
like
damage every time every 2 seconds. Like
she
it's not a huge crazy damage increase.
her C4 is literally just Zhao's passive skill, but on her ultimate. It's like actually just copied and pasted.
Yeah, it's not a huge like crazy thing. And then you have your C6, which
Right.
is increase in burst damage, which is good. But they're not like I would say game changing constellations. Like this one is like, hey, you
Her
generate a
C6 is
bit extra
insane.
energy, right? Um, but if you were to look at Hu Tao, right, you have a C6 that is more of a gimmick, but it provides a unique like thing to her.
Unique playstyle. Yeah.
Um, and like her C4 is like whatever. Or
Her C1 though. Sheesh. C1 go burr, bro.
okay, let's exclude Hu Tao because her C2 and 4 aren't like they're like eh.
Her
But
C4 is pretty good for
I would
support, 'cause
still
she already does good
say
crit rate.
after Hu Tao is when we start getting the crazy constellations on all these characters.
Yeah, number one. I think who has the best? Would that be Raiden? She has the best
Best set
overall
of
constellations.
constellations.
Yeah,
Um,
I think I'd give it to Raiden or Kaz. No, Because
So
Raiden
Kazuha
supports
kind
and she
of
does a
does
billion
suffer from
damage.
that issue, but the thing is, his better constellations are at the top half, um, and they're really strong. Like even his C4 can actually be somewhat useful. It's only the C6 that's like, eh, right?
The
Um,
C6 is only for DPS.
but in terms of like what the constellations give you, Raiden's first three are just
Raiden's.
DPS increase. Like this one is for synergy for everyone, and it's crazy. C2 huge damage increase. C3 is also a nice damage increase. But then C4 is like the other ones are support passives, right?
Right. Her C6
C4
is
is
fucking
nice, just
crazy. No one
flat
talks about her C6.
30% attack, crazy. And then C6 reduces your ultimate cooldown, which is actually really good.
Yeah.
Um,
By every ally ultimate cooldown, by the way. It's not just her. It's her ultimate is very strong, and then you combine that with everything that she's got going on. Her C6, C4 giving the 25% or what is it, 30% attack? It's
like
crazy. I mean
30%,
30%
which is
yeah, 30% attack
it's
is
like a huge
what
bonus. You don't get
yeah, it's
that
like
many
what
other characters.
300. It's like 300, it's like plus 300 attack to your character. It's very strong. Very, very strong. I really think she has the best. Well, Yelan's constellations, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Hers are
Yellen's
kind of cracked.
constellations are pretty crazy. Like she increases everyone's HP, which this can age really well because if we get other HP scaling units, then boom,
Which are
this supports
we are
that.
bound to get because they apparently just jack off HP sailing characters for no
Mm-hmm.
reason.
Oh no, that's a pretty tight debate because there's a lot of units of like crazy constellations. Like Ayaka's, they
Yula
don't seem crazy, but all of these increase her burst damage. Besides, I think it's the C1.
C1, yeah, C1 is
Uh,
normal.
and like again, Ayaka has a support constellation in there as well, and then everything else is just a nice damage increase. And so like you can't even really call these bad. Besides, I guess the C1, which just isn't as good as the others. Um,
Yeah, yeah. That's why I put Ayaka in SS is because even without her constellations, her damage is broken.
hmm.
And
Yeah,
like
to
I'd
give an
even argue
example for
like
those who don't know, Venti, who's one of the characters before the cutoff I'm talking about, has constellations like his charge attack gets two extra arrows that go off in opposite directions that do 33% of the original damage. For his charge shots, a character that doesn't do that.
yeah, it's
Uh,
it's a useless constellation
that's
is what it
so
is.
bad.
It's a very bad constellation. Yeah. His C2 I remember being good actually. What is the C2? Can you tell me?
It's the so his Skyward Sonnet, which is his E skill, right?
Yeah.
Decreases opponents' animo and physical resistance by 12% for 10 seconds.
And
If
then
they're
does he
launched into the
I thought he
air,
gives
it's
24.
another
Oh,
12%.
yeah, that's
So
right.
like this is okay. It's restricted by having them launch in the air for the extra percentage. So this is kind of useless on
I
any
remember
big
his
enemies. But
C6 being very good. That's
so
what I
his
remember.
C6 is 20% animo uh reduction, right? And it's if an
Yeah.
elemental absorption occurred, their resistance towards the corresponding element is also decreased by 20%. So it's
Yeah,
just an
it makes
extra
his damage just
20% on
insane.
top of EV. So it's minus 60%
Yeah.
resonant or resistance, which is good. But
All
like
his
that being his best constellation is like where the problem lies. It's like
Yeah, it's like with Zhao too. Oh, I think Zhao is the best example of actually dog shit useless constellations. Besides
yeah.
his C1
Like C2 is a
and his
joke
C6.
because you'd rather just funnel particles. C4 is a joke because we don't have any defense scaling
C4 is the
weapons.
most useless fucking thing in the game.
It'd be
Besides, I
useful if
think
there was a
mostly C1.
defense scaling weapon that like gave him attack or something, but this is useless.
But he has Jade Sphere, which
Um,
is like his signature weapon, so
mhm.
it doesn't
And then
make sense.
C1 is actually pretty good, but
His C6, his C6 is I'd argue still one of the best C6s in the game. It really makes him a one man army. His C6.
yeah. Hmm.
But other than that, I mean, most characters nowadays actually have very all around good constellations from C1 to C6. They might have one like mid one, but usually most characters C6s nowadays are either
Most
make
of the
them
five
broken.
stars.
Yeah. 4 stars are whatever. I mean, we just gave an example earlier with
It's literally a
Sarah.
coin flip for 4 stars. Like
Yeah,
Toma, his constellations, it's like
or whatever.
they're just the numbers are too low.
Yeah.
right? And it's so restricted. It's like while your barrier's up, you get 15% for only your normal attacks. It's like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Yunjin gives you like thousands of damage per normal attack.
Yeah.
Like it's just not good.
No, yeah, it's a coin flip for 4 stars, but most 5 stars nowadays do have insanely good constellations, and especially they have gotten better at making their C1s very good, or their C2s.
Mm-hmm.
They've been making most characters like early constellations very good now, which has been a very good positive thing. Because even if you take a look, like as you said, older characters usually their first like 2 constellations are just actually useless. Except for like Diluc and free characters like Mona and Zhao has a C1 which is good.
But Mona's
Um,
early constellations aren't like too crazy.
Her
Um,
C1's really good. Her
yeah.
C2 is not that good, only for DPS. Her C4, I'd argue, is actually pretty solid. Was it 12% crit rate for 15 seconds? Or C4, yeah. Oh no, it's 15% crit rate when they're affected by Omen. So it's honestly really good for like the Morgana team if you're running Ayaka, Venti, Mona, Diona. So her constellations are good because any kind of crit rate buffing I'd argue is actually very good, which is why people love to fucking cream over fucking what's her name? Edgy Queen Lord. Where is she? Rosaria.
Mm-hmm.
People love talking about Rosaria because she gives a ton of crit rate, which makes sense. And I honestly think she's a great crit rate buffer. But like crit rate buffing, I think in general for your all of your allies is very strong.
Mm-hmm.
Crit rate buffing will never ever age out. It's one cool thing about crit rate buffing and crit damage especially. Which is why I think Sara is probably still going to be. If you have an electric character, you're running Sara with her. Like literally, I think Sara will never age out on Electro unless there's just a better scaling character, which could happen, I guess, when we get the. We already have another Electro character maybe coming soon, but we don't know.
I
We'll see.
mean, like I don't think they're gonna like I guess power creep Sarah because the thing is with this game they keep power creep at a pretty like decent pace. Like you could almost argue there isn't power creep for like some units because you know Jean for example, she's just so crazy good that I'd argue she's gotten better since the game launched. Um,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
The only thing that's been power creeped is constellations. That's it.
Yeah.
Constellations are just making characters better, and people and on mostly passive skills as
The
well.
weapons are
Like
what's really being power crept.
the weapons and I'd say some of the passive talents like Diluc's relentless Diluc charge attack send their cost decrease by 50% for 3 seconds. Like okay, fog.
No, it's definitely
Like
the weapons because they're making these weapons that are you know tailored for said unit, but like they're all crazy
right.
good, and then so you now have the new best weapon for half the game, right? So the
Yeah,
weapons are
like you
like just
got.
straight up being power crept.
I think that started with Staff of Homa. I think Staff of Homa was the first thing that came out where it's like the character drop and the signature weapon drop, and it just made them like insane.
Hmm.
Because people don't realize how much weapons actually do increase your damage. Like weapons are the major. Like you could have like almost like barely good artifacts, but if you have a 5-star R5 weapon of their signature, I mean it doesn't really matter because your damage is gonna be so fucking crazy. It's insane how much weapons do actually matter, which is why I never really recommend people to summon on weapon banners. But dude, I mean, if it's a character that you know you're gonna be using, you go for that 5-star weapon. You just have to, because it like almost nearly doubles your damage. It's ridiculous. It's a very
Well,
smart idea by the team.
it's not that high, but yeah.
I wouldn't say it's that high, but it really does feel like it almost is double your damage because some of the weapons are like. Do I need to explain? Like some of the weapons are that good. Like Red Horn for Ito makes him like go from Chad to Ultimate Giga Chad Orange Piccolo status. You know?
Oh god, Orange Piccolo.
Yeah.
Hey, you got a gym.
Orange Piccolo, literally all he got was a fucking better jawline. It's hilarious, and he turned orange. But no, for real, I
Bro, the
honestly
name
think.
is so funny.
Oh yeah, I honestly think. So far they've been very good with power creep, but you definitely can tell from constellations and overall kits from
Hmm.
the start of the game to now, especially if you have like the same character. Like if you compare Diluc
Hmm.
now to Yoimiya or Hu Tao, obviously Yoimiya and Hu Tao just dump on Diluc. Unless you have Diluc C6, then at which case it might be even. But you have to have him C6 in order for him to compete with a C1 Hu Tao, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, power creep is definitely there.
I mean, imagine the world without the supports, though. Without like the Jing show. Like, imagine if
Imagine this
he
world without
dropped.
Kazuha.
Oh God.
Actually, imagine this world without Bennett. What would we do? What would we do, huh?
I have C6 to Luke and he's still garbage. My thoughts exactly, Blue.
I don't think C6 to Luke is that bad. You just need to have him C6 in order for him to be good, unfortunately.
He does have C6. He's a husbando collector.
C6 to Luke, I think, is pretty good. His C6, I mean, he has to get hit for some of his passives to proc. But I mean, he gets a ton of damage percent scaling, like 15% above 18 when they're above 50. He gets another he gets a 10% attack and 5% attack speed, sacks 3 times, he gets 30% attack, but he has to get hit for that. C4 gives him another 40% additional damage on his E skill, and his C6 gives him a damage in attack speed increased by 30%. And he just gets a whole bunch of attack speed, and it just makes him attack faster, and he gets damage percent scaling, which really does help because damage percent scaling I think is probably the best scaling in the game, which what makes Elan so crazy is because of damage percent scaling.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I honestly think his constellations are very good, better than Kaching's for sure. Well, Kaching C6 is pretty good, but obviously support characters will always age better than unfortunate main DPS old characters like Diluc and Kaching. Kaching. Actually, now that I think about it, Kaching is better than Diluc because of just Sara's existence, in my opinion. If you have C6 Sara, Kaching is dumping on Diluc.
Kaching's
And
DPS is higher than the Luke's in the right scenarios, but it's like with Kaching, it's very specific scenarios that she actually excels in. She's
right,
not like
right.
universal like some of these other DPSs.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we've gone on long enough. We've been talking for like an hour, bro.
I mean, listen, there's a lot more we could discuss, but like that can be for later on. Um,
Another
I
time
don't know
for the
if you want to
gamers.
say anything about the like event being finished now, right? With the funny bongo.
Oh, oh, the bongo event was actually pretty fun. Check out the YouTube channel. I have a very funny bongo gameplay if you guys wanna see some funny stuff and try it out for yourself. It's very hard, trust me. Cool Demon could try to try it on screen one day, and he probably
I'm
would
not
laugh
doing
at you.
that.
He'd be
I'm
like,
terrible at this.
dude, honestly, I want to see you try. After this, I want to see if you could try to get like 70% or higher.
Bro, I'm
Because like
terrible at in rhythm games, bro.
I got 90%. I don't play rhythm games, dude, and I got 90%. I think you could do it.
Bro, I can't even get like I've done pretty good on some of the pro ones, but like I'd be getting like 70% on them, bro.
What? I get like 99 every time.
I can't do it, dude. I'm telling you, I'm bad.
It's okay. All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it for today's podcast. Gold Demon 12 is going to attempt it because I'm forcing him to try it at least once after this. So
Whoa,
we'll see how well he does.
whoa, come
All
on,
right.
bro. Dude's in like closet at gunpoint right now. I swear to God.
I am.
It's
I am
gonna
in his
pop out of
closet.
nowhere, just like
Just kidding, YouTube. I am not in his closet. Do not demonetize Gold Demon.
you're in the wrong house, fool. And you guys are also in the wrong house. Goodbye. Oh, wait. I gotta do the plugs because I forgot to do them.
No,
Subscribe
that's
to our
good.
channels and Twitch, all that laters.